Hi everyone, I'm Krista Seiden, Analytics Advocate at Google, and in this quick tip video, I'm going to walk through several examples of what you might want to test if you are a publisher. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. So on your screen right now, you will see an example of a publisher website. This is Online Behavior. It is a publisher website that focuses on posts about analytics and optimization. So you can see this is the above the fold view. And if you were to scroll down this page, you would see a bunch of different posts linking out to different content, as well as on the right-hand side, a search box, a newsletter sign-up box where you can sign up for online behavior insights, as well as some ads and other things as you continue down the page. So a fairly typical example of what a publisher website might look like. So let's go ahead now and look at a few examples of what you might want to test if you are a publisher. So first, I want to talk about that newsletter sign-up box. So there's a lot of potential here. If you're a publisher, you very likely have a newsletter subscribe box. You want subscribers for your site to ensure that you can reach out to them and engage with them and bring them back to continue consuming that content. So a few things you might want to change on this box. You could try simplifying texts and bullet points. You can see in this example, we actually have 3 bullet points on this Online Behavior Insights subscribe box. Perhaps we only need 1 or 2 or none at all, and we can reduce the text that is in that box. You might want to try changing the subscribe CTAs. So you can see in this example, we have subscribe to newsletter. Perhaps you just change that to subscribe and increase the font size. You could also try moving that subscription box around on the website. Right now it's below the fold on the right-hand side. You could try moving it up above the fold or in different areas of the site. And finally, you could also try reducing the fields required to sign up to just email. In this case, you see email is required and name is not. Perhaps removing that name field altogether because it's not necessary to be able to engage with somebody for a newsletter, and see if that helps to increase the sign-up rate for your newsletter box. So the next thing I wanted to mention was engagement CTAs. As we saw on the site, there's a lot of different posts linking out to additional pages with the full article content. And right now on the site, it has a CTA of read more. And perhaps that works well, but perhaps there's something else that might work even better. So you can see here, I've replaced that with continue reading. You can try out a bunch of different CTAs and try to find the right one for your website. So finally, I wanted to actually walk you through a full example of setting up tests in Optimize with a leaderboard ad box. So on the online behavior site, above the fold, the very first thing you see right below the navigation bar is a big ad box. So in this test, we would like to increase engagement with subscribers by targeting first-time visitors. And our hypothesis is that if we make the subscriber panel more prominent on the homepage by replacing that leaderboard ad box with it, we'll increase the number of subscribers and increase our returning visitors. We actually know that about 75% of visitors to this website are new, and so we want to acquire as many of them as possible as subscribers. So where do we want to launch this test? We have a couple of options. We could launch it on all pages on the Online Behavior website, so that's one option. Or we could target it to just the homepage or just the highest traffic page on the site. So for simplicity, we're just going to target it to the homepage in this case. Then we need to look at the number of variations. Now I would like to have 2 variations plus the original. The original is going to be the baseline content. We don't change anything about that one. But then number 2 is going to have no ad, and we're not going to replace it with anything. So everything on the website is just going to go ahead and move up the page a little bit when we get rid of that ad box. And then the third variation is going to have no ad, but instead of getting rid of that content space, we're going to move the subscription box from the right-hand side bar into that top panel and see that if we put that subscription box front and center, if we can really drive the subscriptions up. We're going to target this test to only our first-time visitors. And finally, our goal is going to be tracked with our Google Analytics goal of newsletter signups. So to give you an idea of what that might look like, I have it here on your screen. You can see on the left-hand side, I've highlighted that leaderboard ad box. We're going to replace that with that subscription box that you see now on the right-hand side version of that website. So I just wanted to leave you with a few other ideas that you might want to look for or try testing out if you're a publisher. So you might want to try out different imagery. real life photos or animation, product specific photos or target specific. You might want to align it with real-time events. Really try switching out the imagery on your website and see if one type might work better for you than another. Headlines are always a great thing to test. Really targeted headlines to your audience generally do pretty well on websites. You might want to look at your conversion funnel for drop-off. You would analyze the different steps of that funnel and see if there's any one area where people are dropping off significantly, and then try to optimize that area. And finally, it's always good to look at high page view but low conversion rate pages and low page view but high conversion rate pages to see if there's something that you can do there to help increase your conversions for your site. So there you go. There's several ideas if you're a publisher to go ahead and try testing out with Google Optimize. Hopefully you can go ahead and get started.